What's up, weirdos? What's going on, guys? How the heck are you today? All right, so what's going on in the market? What's going on in the market today, guys? Bitcoin having a little bit of a pump action going on here. Let's blow this up a little bit so you guys can see it. Looking good, guys. We ran up all the way to $119,543. Still sitting above 119. Trying to make a decent weekly close. Wow, that's a heck of a green weekly candle, though, guys. Check that out. Look at this. Look at this 3 weeks in a row here. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. It looks like we're going to close this week. If we close where we are right now, technically, it would be the highest weekly close ever. Ever. Right? So we'll see how high we can go today on Bitcoin. See if we can get it up there a little bit. That's what she said. And yeah, nice new weekly close, guys. If we can pump, we got to close above $119,096. We can close above that. New weekly high for closing, guys. Doesn't feel like it, eh? Does it feel like a super bullish green week? But it is. So yeah, we'll see where we end up, though, guys. We'll see where we end up. We got some super chats to get into. Jarrett, looking forward to a green week. Amen to that, my friend. Amen to that. There she is, Gamma Goddess. Hope all is well. 119K. Let's get it. Strawberry Dragon. Happy Saturday, Rob and Weirdos. Prepare to take off. My first super chat here. Thanks for all you do. Hope you're feeling better. Little bit. I feel a little bit better. I got a little bit more energy, but I still feel like ass. So, I'm trying to get out as much as I can while I'm still feeling functional. I don't have the vertigo, but I still feel terrible. So we'll see how the day progresses, guys. We'll see how the day progresses. Still feeling pretty bad, though. Let's get into the chat a little bit. William, I see you, my dude. Good to see you, man. Good to see you here. H. Barbarina in the house. Spuds, good to see you, buddy. Quinton's here. Funky, what's going on, man? Notification worked. Nice. Jake the Snake, hope you're feeling better. Roberto, and remember, Monday is a liar. Absolutely. Andy, my dude, resharing the stream on X. I appreciate you, my brother, my Scottish brother. J Money, Bulbasaur in the house. What's up, everyone? On my 10 at work, so can't stay for long. Doug, what's up, buddy? Hope you're feeling better today. A little bit, but still feeling terrible. Guys, make sure you're hitting the like and subscribe on the way in. It helps the channel grow. It doesn't cost you anything at all. It's absolutely free to do. And yeah, it would be greatly, greatly appreciated. So go ahead and get that done for me. What do we have here, guys? We got 53 likes, 245 people watching. We can do better, guys. Paul, what's going on, man? Good to see you, buddy. David, hey, all you panic sellers, click the likes. And Rob, what, if any, should I move assets from Coinbase just before August 2nd maintenance? Somebody's been watching Caesar's videos today, I see, eh? Caesar did bring up a valid point, though, guys, that it wouldn't be shocking at all on the 2nd of August, since Coinbase will be down for 4 hours, that the market goes on a massive tear and nobody's able to take any profits. That would be right in line, right on par with Coinbase's Coinbase luck, right? So keep in mind, it is only 4 hours. Apparently, they're going to be down. So I don't know. I personally don't use Coinbase. I don't feel that Coinbase is a good actor in this space, right? Their servers seem to their servers have no problem handling the volume when the market is dumping and everybody wants to buy. But as soon as the market's pumping and everyone wants to sell, all of a sudden their servers can't handle the volume, right? Insolvent. Jackie, hope you're feeling better. Thank you so much. Kizza, Rob, can you predict when I can have an in-house chef at my house so I don't need to cook for 5 people every day? Man, I wish. Hopefully by the end of this year, man. Hopefully by the end of this year. I got to get me one of those too, brother. Fridge, what's going on, buddy? Joseph, I don't chat much, but I'm always here listening and watching. I wanted to know you were the real deal. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you being here, even if it is in the background. Very interested in September fallback. At what point should we consider that? Probably closer to the end of August. We're going to have to play it by ear, man. That's why we call this the no sleep zone, guys. Everybody who's treating crypto like it's some sort of willy-nilly, I'll check in from time to time thing, at this point in the cycle is going to lose money, right? Crypto don't wait for you. It don't wait for you. You need to realize that, right? Paul, morning, Rob. I hope you're doing better, mate. Thank you so much. Kizza, what's your percentage on the September pullback, as nothing is set in stone? Right now, I'm about 70%. Are Coinbase getting their systems in order for a massive spike in liquidity? They have had plenty of time. Yeah, Coinbase has had, it's BS, exactly. Coinbase has had 4 years to prepare for this, right? Now they need to do maintenance. They'll do the same thing they did last time, so will Binance. They'll shut down trading, and people will get frustrated, and people will get upset, and I'll be sitting here the whole time saying, I told you so. You should have joined the 10% club, and we could have helped you be proactive, but you didn't listen. And now you're pissed off because Coinbase froze your ability to take profits. Lord of the Realm, what's going on? DL links. So it is likely that we'll see a September-August pump October, November dump, then December, maybe first bit of January massive pump, then bear market, and all hell breaks loose. Interesting theory, my friend. Interesting theory. Kay Lily's in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. Always one away. What's going on, Ethan? Let's go. Absolutely, man. What's your thoughts on the market makers contributing on a Sunday pump so they can make more in the week with the CME gap is potentially filled? Yeah, maybe. There's not a whole bunch of liquidity in leverage trading right now unless you zoom out, though, to the monthly, really. I mean, the weekly, yeah, but Ethan, big week ahead. Yes, be sincere. What's up, buddy? I feel like it's been a minute. Zebek and Miri, I shake my head. All I can say is thank you, Rob. You are the best. Hey, absolutely, brother. Brock Tripp, what's up, buddy? Good morning, big guy. Threw a little more at Zebek Network yesterday. I feel pretty good about it. There you go. Crypto Crossroads, let's go. AFC, hey, Rob, how close are we to alt season next week? A leg up for Zebek? I'm hoping so. I am hoping so. Mary, late but here. There you go. 50 push-ups. Skoogie, let's go, brother. Bags packed. EZ. No fumble zone. Engaged. Hut. Lord of the Realm. Member of the channel for 17 months. My dude. Where's the suit and tie, Rob? How am I supposed to take you seriously now? Fair enough. Nebula, what's going on, man? The Patreon, Rob himself, you're a blessing. Yes, Gamma is absolutely a blessing. Let's get this money, family. For real, would you group Kraken into that group plan to? No, I mean, Binance and Coinbase are the two main. I mean, all exchanges do it to a degree during the bull run, but Binance and Coinbase are like the worst for it because like Coinbase will literally shut your ass down for 5 days or something. They'll say like, "Oh, our servers are acting up. We can't. Our trading will be down until Tuesday or something," right? So yeah, it's Binance and Coinbase are the worst. Diana, what's going on? Hey Rob, thanks for your guidance. No problem. Lewis, what's up, crypto? Hey Rob, what exchanges do you recommend to use instead of Coinbase? Cheers. It depends where you are in the world, Lewis. Just ordered your shirt. Nice. There you go, man. If you're in the States, I mean, you're severely limited, right? A lot of people are just considering taking profits on their Decent wallet or moving their crypto over to somewhere like a brokerage like Caleb and Brown, for example. If you're in the States, they might be a good option for you as well. I think they have like a 3.5% flat rate instead of paying massive gas fees. So it's an option. ETH is busting out. Yes, we are going to have a look at the Ethereum chart as well. Zora the Explorer, there you go. All right, let's go look at Ethereum before we get into the news. We're all caught up in the chat. All right, so Ethereum, yes, breaking out of the bull panic, guys. Let's go. We're hitting the previous high here that we had, the local high from a few days ago. Can we break above, guys? We are so close to all-time highs. If Ethereum breaks out, man, oh man, altcoins are going to follow. DH, most of my coins are on my descent. If I stick to the plan and front run the market, I should have no problem selling stablecoin, right? Yep, you should have no issue with that, my friend. Hey Rob, would KuCoin would be more reliable when it comes to keeping the crypto on exchange before the bull? Yeah, KuCoin. I like KuCoin. Okay, let's get into some of the news, guys. What's going on out there in crypto? So Trump making deals all over the place today, guys. Big news happening. But first, a quick shout out and thank you to the channel sponsor, Decent Biometric Wallet. You can take profits, swap on there. You can even stake on your Decent wallet, guys. Listen, if you want a free Zebek airdrop, get yourself the Zebek wallet today using my link down below. Use the coupon code FUTURE20 off, and you will get $20 off your Decent wallet plus a Zebek AIRDROP as well, absolutely for free. Check it out today, guys. The link is down in the description. This deal only valid until August 5th. So do not miss out on that. All right. What do we have in the news? What do we have? We got a couple of things. We're going to watch the press conference here between Trump and the EU. But first up on deck, China and the U.S. have agreed to extend tariff pause by another 90 days. So that would put us at, what are we now? August, September, October, November. Pretty close to the end of the cycle, you guys. Right? Pretty close to the end of the cycle. So they've kicked the can down the road. The perfect amount of time for us to get our profits and get out. That's absolutely fantastic news. Fantastic news. Because I'm expecting this bull run to end around the end of November. Actually, it's July, August, September, October. Sorry, it ended October. Still pretty close to the end, man. Pretty close to the end. My thoughts on Decent compared to Tangem. I have a Tangem wallet. I've never used it. From what everybody tells me about the two wallets, they're very, very similar in terms of how to use them. They're very user-friendly, both of them. Decent supports more networks than Tangem does, and you can stake more on your Decent wallet. So I guess that would be the separator. But I have to be honest with you, Decent is also a channel sponsor, right? So I have to lean in that direction. So, Robert, if you're putting in your limit orders already, I really do not recommend doing that, man. I do not recommend doing that, my friend. Way too soon. You are putting the cart way before the horse, my friend. Way months before the horse. So big news there, guys. Big news there. Let's get into a couple of things. A couple of things in the news. Robert Kiyosaki urges direct Bitcoin ownership over spot ETFs. Robert Kiyosaki, widely recognized for his contributions to personal finance literature, recently issued a warning to potential Bitcoin investors. He emphasized concerns for those investing in Bitcoin via ETFs and urged caution in distinguishing between directly owning Bitcoin and investing through ETFs due to their differing risk profiles. In his social media post, Kiyosaki pointed out that Bitcoin obtained through ETFs essentially represents a paper investment and does not accurately reflect the actual asset. While acknowledging that ETFs simplify investment processes and recommending them for average investors, Kiyosaki stressed the critical importance of understanding the discrepancies between real assets and their financial representation. The author likened possessing an ETF to owning just a photograph of a defensive weapon, suggesting that in some cases, having physical gold, silver, or Bitcoin can be more advantageous. ETFs must hold the underlying asset on a one-to-one basis, and their reserves largely achieved through custodial services provided by entities like Coinbase in the United States. Kiyosaki advised investors to thoroughly analyze the differences between real and paper-owned assets, recommending informed decisions based on conditions that warrant either option. According to him, individuals who understand and act on these distinctions are better equipped than average investors. Kiyosaki's comments come at a time when the market capitalization of Bitcoin has seen significant growth. The combined market value of all Bitcoin ETFs has reached approximately $152.73 billion, reflecting heightened investor interest in Bitcoin ETFs. Leading the market is BlackRock's iShares IBIT with a market value of $86.11 billion, followed by Fidelity at $23.14 billion, and Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust at $21.33 billion. These funds constitute some of the most notable ETFs in the sector. Kiyosaki's recommendations aim to guide investors in understanding financial products and making conscious decisions against potential risks. Despite the rapid growth experienced in crypto assets, experts advise caution when investing in ETFs and other intermediary products. Recent developments in the relationship between Bitcoin and ETFs provide investors with alternative options, each bearing unique risks and advantages. While ETFs offer simpler and more accessible solutions to investors, direct asset ownership provides security and full control benefits. Conducting thorough risk analysis, yada, yada, yada. Here's the name of the game, guys. Here's the problem. Most people who are in crypto, I would probably venture to say about 75 to 80% of the people investing in crypto have absolutely, positively no interest whatsoever in educating themselves and learning how to do things properly. 75% of people in crypto want to half-ass their way through the market and get rich in a week, right? So when he urges people to educate themselves like that, I say that all the time. But way too many people want to mumble and fumble their way through this space and think that they're going to be successful. What in your life that has ever changed it on a foundational level for the better has ever come that easy to you where you just half-assed your way through it? Really? Never, right? But people hear these magical fairy tales of someone putting $8 into a meme coin and walking away with 8 million, and they think, hey, that's for me, right? You got to invest in your education, guys. You have to, or you are just simply not going to succeed in this space. You're not, right? If you're lazy, if you don't want to get educated, you will not succeed. You may think you will now, but in about 2 years, when you're in the bottom of the next bear market and you're still holding your altcoins, you're going to be pretty pissed off at yourself. So, all right, let's go over to Trump's press conference here with the EU. Let's listen in on that, my friends.
Well, thank you very much. It's a beautiful Sunday in Scotland, and we thought we could cut things short and certainly travel distance, right, by having our meeting here. So we discussed options, and it's an honor to have the president of the European Union with us. Ursula's been really done a terrific job for them, not for us, but she's done a great job. And she's highly respected by us also. And we look forward to talking to see if we can do something. We've had a very good relationship over the years, but it's been a very one-sided transaction, very unfair to the United States. And I think both sides want to see a bit fairness, but it's been a very, very one-sided deal, and it shouldn't be. And so we're here with her very brilliant staff, and hopefully we'll resolve a few issues. But it's a great honor. You know, we just built this ballroom, and we're building a great ballroom at the White House. The White House has wanted a ballroom for 150 years, but they never had a real estate person. You know, no president knew how to build a ballroom. But this just opened, you know, a relatively short time ago, and it's been quite the success. And I think I was just saying I could take this one, drop it right down there, and it would be beautiful. This is exactly what they've wanted. But it's an honor to have you at the new ballroom at Turnberry. And thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you very much for inviting me here. Indeed, it is today about trade between the European Union and the United States. We're together the two largest economies worldwide.
Right.
If you look at the trade volume, it's the biggest trade volume globally with $1.7 trillion among us. And if you look at our markets, it's a huge market, 800 million people if you take the United States and the European Union. So I'm very much looking forward to the discussions we will have now. Our staff have done some of the heavy lifting, but now it's on us.
Yeah.
And you're known as a tough negotiator and deal maker. What is in
fair.
front and fair. And what is in front of
That's
us?
less important.
If we are successful, I think it would be the biggest deal each of us has ever struck. So I'm very much looking forward.
Ever struck by anybody, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
That's true. Right now, we have that, that honor goes to Japan. We just struck a deal with Japan, as you know. And we're very close to a deal with China. We really sort of made a deal with China, but we'll see how that goes. And we have numerous other deals. And mostly I'm just going to charge tariffs. And, you know, there's not a deal per se, but people are going to pay tariffs. And we're doing them at the low end, not the high end, because we don't want to hurt anybody. And pretty well, but you and I both figured this is really the biggest trading partnership in the world. So we should give it a shot, right?
Yeah. Very much looking forward to that.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank
I do too. Any questions, please?
On Friday, you put the chances of a deal at 50%, maybe less. It seems like you're in quite a good mood. How would you rate those chances now?
I'm actually not in a good mood, but I will tell you, I think the chances are, yeah, I think Ursula would say, probably 50-50 of making a deal. I hope, you know, I'd like to make a deal. I think it's good for both, but yeah, I'd say 50-50.
And what would you say the main sticking points are in this move?
We have 3 or 4 sticking points. I'd rather not get in. We'll be discussing them, but I think the main sticking point is fairness. Okay, please.
Why you're in a bad mood? Was it about morning golf, or why you're not in a good mood?
No, the golf was beautiful. It's golf can never be bad, even if you play badly. It's still good. If you had a bad day on the golf course, it's okay. It's better than other days. But no, I think I look forward to this meeting. You know, we've had a hard time with trade with Europe, very hard time, and I'd like to see it resolved. But if it isn't, we'll, you know, have tariffs, and they'll do what they have to do. But we have a good chance of getting it resolved. We'll probably know in about an hour. Shouldn't take that long. It's, you know, it's complicated when you get right down to it, right?
It's not the August 1st deadline. Is there any chance that is?
No. The August 1st is there for everyone. The deals all start on August 1st. Most of the deals, other than steel and aluminum, which we've been getting 50% tariffs from, I guess, just about everybody, and those have come in, and we've taken in, you know, hundreds of billions of dollars just on steel and aluminum. You've seen the numbers. We had a tremendous amount of money come in over the last month, and it's coming in, you know, very rapidly, which is fair. We have a lot of steel mills and plants, aluminum mills and plants being built. We have a lot of AI being built, and we have a lot of auto plants being built or going to be built because they don't want to pay tariffs. So, you know, if they don't want to pay tariffs, the best way to do it is just build your plant in the United States. Yes, please.
So, what do you expect for the Europeans in terms of opening their markets to American products?
Well, they have to open up to American products. You know, we're open to European products, and we have been for forever. I don't think we have, we just about don't have any, I don't think we have any product we say you can't sell. I guess you could get a little bit cute with chips, but that's, you know, a little bit different category too. No, you know, Europe is very closed. We don't sell cars into Europe. We don't sell essentially agriculture of any great degree. They want to have their farmers do it, and they want to have their car companies do it. I'm not saying anything that nobody knows. We have a rough situation. If we want to sell cars in Europe, we're not allowed to. And as you know, they sell millions and millions of cars, Mercedes, BMW, so many different, Volkswagen, so many different cars, and so many millions of cars. I would imagine number one, I didn't look at that, but I would imagine number one by far, more so than even Japan. Japan sells a lot of cars too. But the Japan deal worked out very favorable, you know, very good. I hope for them too. And that's what we want to do, make everybody happy. Yes, please.
President, should Israel be doing more to allow food in Gaza?
Say it.
Should Israel be doing more to allow food in Gaza?
What did you say?
Should Israel be doing more to allow food into Gaza?
Well, you know, we gave $60 million 2 weeks ago, and nobody even acknowledged it for food. And it's terrible. You know, you really at least want to have somebody say thank you. No other country gave anything. We gave $60 million 2 weeks ago for food for Gaza. And nobody acknowledged it. Nobody talks about it. And it makes you feel a little bad when you do that. And, you know, you have other countries not giving anything. None of the European countries, by the way, gave. I mean, nobody gave but us. And nobody said, gee, thank you very much. And it would be nice to have at least a thank you. And I took a lot of heat. You know, when I do that, a lot of people aren't happy about that because they say, well, why are we doing it and nobody else? But I think we had a humanitarian reason for doing it. What's going to happen? I don't know. I can tell you that Hamas, as I said, would happen at the end. You know, we've gotten back a lot of hostages, a tremendous number of hostages, most of them. Now we have dead hostages, and the mothers want them back. And we have 20 people approximately, but that are living. But we have a lot of bodies, and the parents want those bodies as much as they would want their child if that child were alive. I met with parents that were, it was so sad. Sir, please get my son back. How is your son doing? Well, he's dead, but they have his body. And it's so important. It's more important. It's almost like more, but it's as important as if the child were living. These people were, I mean, they're devastated. And I said, have peace. That didn't work out too well. But we have other countries too.
Skipping ahead to the
this
relevant
is just getting a little
financial
off
stuff.
subject, but we have now the safest border we've ever had. And I think in many respects, we probably have.
President Trump, on this particular deal, if you manage to do a deal today, will that be the end of the matter, or could there be more tariffs coming, particularly on fire?
No, if we do a deal today with the European Union, that will be the end of it. Yeah, we'll go, I guess, a number of years at least before we have to even discuss it again. No, that would be the end of it. And this is the biggest deal. People don't realize this is bigger than any other deal. We have great countries. I'm familiar with many of them. So are you. Better meaning lower? Yeah. No.
Mr. President, to return to Gaza, you're going to meet the British Prime Minister tomorrow. He's going to ask you to consider again peace talks between Israel and Hamas. Are you now saying there is no point to?
Why do these?
But they still talk about enrichment. I mean, who would do that? You just come out of something that's so bad and they talk about, we want to continue enrichment. Who would say that? How stupid can you be? And they steal it. Then they sell it.
On Friday you said that Europe is being crushed by mass migration. I wonder whether your friends in this room agree with you on that.
Well, I'd let Euro people last month. You probably saw that. Nobody. And Europe has a very. But you look at these beautiful landscapes all over the the world. Many countries have gotten smart. They will not allow it. They will not. It's the worst form of energy, the most expensive form of energy. But others, the Congo, and what's gone. That's been a horrible thing with Rwanda. That's been a horrible thing. 31 years, 7 million, 8 million people killed. Machetes all over the place. It's a terrible thing. We got that one solved. We did 5 of them. And I was saying, we have a trade deal. We were working on another. We finalized another trade deal yesterday. And I asked my people, I said, how are we doing with Cambodia? And how are we doing with Thailand? And they say they're going to be coming in at some point to talk. I said, well, let's call them right now. So I called the prime ministers of each. And I said, we're not going to make a trade deal unless you settle the war. A lot of people are killed, that in a short period of time. The border, they're fighting pretty like wild. And I spoke to both of the prime ministers, and I think by the time I got off, I think they want to settle now. I know they're meeting today or tomorrow, and we're going to work with them. Marco Rubio's working with them also, his people, and him. I think we're going to get that. That would be a great thing, but that would have turned out to be a bad one. And I will tell you, India and Pakistan, they were really getting ready to go at it. So getting those things settled, if I can do it, and if I can use trade to do that, it's my honor. But I had great talks with two very good people that they both really would like to make a deal. So we'll see what happens. Okay, how about one more, two more?
Europe's now spending a lot more on defense next year.
They are.
Should they get a fairer deal on trade with exchange?
Well, they're spending a lot on defense, but we're spending a lot more, and we've been very generous to NATO for many, many years. And no, but we had a terrific meeting with NATO. I'd love to do as well. We had a meeting where they put up 5% instead of 2%, and they're going to pay it instead of not paying, because as you know, many people didn't pay the 2% or anywhere near it, and the 2% was too low. And we're going to be sending now military equipment and other equipment to NATO, and they'll be doing what they want, but I guess for the most part, working with Ukraine. But we had a fantastic meeting. I guess it's now almost 4 weeks ago. One of the best meetings they've ever had at NATO, and the spirit and the coming together was incredible. And I stood and I listened to almost 30 speeches. That was a lot. And I was really late and I had to leave, but I didn't want to leave before those last 10 spoke, because they'd go home and they'd tell their wife, Trump left. And they were so nice to the United States. They were all mentioning the United States and me, but they were mentioning the United States, to be here. It's such an honor, et cetera. And I thought it would have been inappropriate. But I did stay. It was very hard because I was extremely late for something else that was, pretty important. And we had a tremendous NATO meeting. I'm sure you heard that too.
Yeah.
It was great. There's some great people that you deal with on two fronts, right? But you deal with on primarily the trade front. But I will tell you, they came together and the relationship is really good. That was it's an interesting question, because you probably have reported it that way. It really, we came together and they went from 2% to 5%, which nobody would have thought that was even, who would even think that?
Fantastic. So they have since, from what I've seen, they have since come to an agreement with the EU. So they have a deal struck there. They have a deal struck with Japan. They've pushed back the tariffs with China until the end of October. So everything is pointing towards a clear shot for the crypto market and the stock market to go. So we are go for launch, my friends. Winklevoss accuses JPMorgan of retaliation post-criticism. The Winklevoss accused JPMorgan of pausing Gemini's re-onboarding after criticizing the bank's stance on open banking, highlighting tensions in the U.S. financial sector on July 25th. The incident underscores an ongoing struggle between traditional banks and fintech firms, raising concerns about market fairness and the future of open banking regulations in the crypto industry. Winklevoss publicly criticized banks for opposing the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau's open banking rule, specifically mentioning JPMorgan. This follow-up action by the bank allegedly retaliates against him for these comments, as per Winklevoss's claims. So, Winklevoss calls out JPMorgan. JPMorgan, are they acting in bad faith? Well, JPMorgan always acts in bad faith, so it would not be a big stretch to say that. What else do we have? Tether announces U.S. compliant stablecoin initiative. Tether confirms plans to launch a U.S. compliant stablecoin by late 2025, targeting institutional payments and enhancing domestic market liquidity under the new Genius Act. Wait. Does that mean that USDT is not compliant in the United States and they have no intention of making it compliant in the United States? So they're making a new stablecoin to be compliant in the United States? Does that not ring alarm bells in your head for USDT? Why can they not simply just use USDT in the United States? Why do they have to make a new stablecoin specifically for the United States regulations? That's a red flag to me. This move could significantly impact U.S. stablecoin markets, potentially increasing liquidity and boosting onshore crypto assets like Bitcoin, while adhering to regulatory frameworks. Tether has announced the launch of a U.S.-compliant stablecoin projected after the Genius Act's recent approval, positioned to boost onshore liquidity for Bitcoin. The move addresses U.S. institutional demand, potentially reshaping domestic markets and bolstering Bitcoin trade ceilings. The guiding and establishing a national innovation of U.S. stablecoins, or the Genius Act, enables Tether to create fully compliant U.S. stablecoins. CEO Paulo Ardinho aims for late 2025 launch, enhancing U.S. market operations. We are well in progress of establishing our U.S. domestic strategy. It's going to be focused on U.S. institutional markets, providing an efficient stablecoin for payments, but also for interbank settlements and trading. DH says, Rob, I have one of the gems in its proprietary wallet. Should I go ahead and move it back to an exchange, or is it too early? I wouldn't say it's too early, I suppose. Depends on how safe you are with clicking links and stuff like that. This initiative could alter U.S. market liquidity, potentially benefiting Bitcoin through new funding channels. It might also impact competitor stablecoins and stimulate trading environments. Increased onshore stable presence may influence financial markets. Aiming to enhance interbank settlements, market expectations indicate substantial dollar liquidity influx into U.S. platforms. Tether follows a precedent set by Circle's USDC expansion, where regulated stablecoins increase DeFi flows. Such cases show regulatory clarity, boosts investment and liquidity. Candyman with the super chat. Yesterday, I wore something from 5 years ago and it fit. So proud of myself. It was a pair of socks, but still, let's be positive. There you go, my friend. There you go. It's all about your mindset, right, brother? I appreciate it, my dude. Robert Kiyosaki sounds like he's changing his tune on crypto. He called it a scam for years. His past books are informative, though. Yeah, he's been a supporter of Bitcoin for quite a while now, though. So, right. We got this article here I really wanted to get into. Guys, make sure you're hitting the like button. We have 426 people watching, and we have 128 likes. We can get to 200 likes, guys. We can get to 200. Like Ice Cube says, you can do it. Put your back into it. Altcoin set for breakout as 4-year falling wedge nears completion. Altcoins may be on the verge of a historic shift. A 4-year-long falling wedge pattern now shows signs of a breakout, hinting at a potential market-wide rally. A chart shared by El Crypto Prof reveals the others / BTC, altcoin market cap versus Bitcoin, pair on the 2-week time frame. The chart displays a clear falling wedge that is that has confined price action since 2021, which was the peak of the last bull run. This structure, known in technical analysis, is for bullish reversals. It has built pressure with each lower high and lower low. So as you can see, guys, falling wedge pattern. If you're over on the Patreon, you are very well aware of the falling wedge pattern and descending channels. We do give little courses on technical analysis over there and everything else you need to know in the 10% club. So as you can see, guys, this is a bullish structure that generally does break to the upside very, very violently. So that is the altcoin market cap. Now, the altcoin market is showing signs of life. Price has recently bounced from the wedge's lower boundary, indicating renewed demand. With momentum shifting, a breakout appears closer than ever. The pattern is compressed volatility over time, a condition that often precedes strong directional moves. The scenario is also accompanied by an apparent change in appetite of risk. Altcoin investors seem to be moving back into altcoins in a season that is similar to past altcoin seasons, which saw a wide bull market take place. The tweet suggests that this breakout might initiate a decoupling phase, while Bitcoin gaining strength against altcoin, gaining strength against Bitcoin. Historically, similar setups have marked the beginning of a bullish altcoin cycle. Past breakouts from similar wedges have delivered high returns for early participants, which we are. According to Crypto Prof, the market is now positioned at a critical inflection point. The reaction around this area could determine the trajectory for the remainder of the year. Many traders view the falling wedge as a textbook accumulation phase, often preceding capital inflow into alternative digital assets. Sentiment also appears to be recovering. After months of decline, attention is turning towards altcoin valuations, which are now considered more favorable than during the recent fake-outs earlier this year. In a follow-up tweet, Crypto Prof highlighted another bullish technical event, Total 2, which tracks the total altcoin market cap, excluding Bitcoin, has reclaimed an 8-year trend line. This line, acting as a long-term support, is now being retested. Such retests often signal strength in long-term bullish confirmations. The tweet mentions a recent price action in Q1 and Q2 was likely a fake-out. This context suggests that the current breakout may be more sustainable than prior attempts. Absolutely, guys, absolutely. And if we go look over at the Ethereum chart right now, $3,842, guys. Ethereum is making its way. Let's go, baby. I think we're in for a green week. We could see a bit of a bear trap tomorrow, guys. Don't be shocked to see a red Monday. It's not mandatory, but it also is not going to be a shock if and or when it happens. So be prepared for that. And as always, guys, I have to get over to the Patreon. I got a coaching call I got to do over there. Guys, do not be part of the 90% of people in crypto that lose money. Join the 10% club today over on the Patreon. The link is down below. It's in the description. It's in the pinned comments. It's everywhere you want to be. If you need guidance, if you want to be taught how to exit this market with your profits intact before everybody else does, join the 10% club today, guys. We do lives over there every single day, educational content, microcap gems, swing trades, thousands of people, 8 different chat rooms buzzing 24/7. Get the support and education that you need. Guys, invest in your education when it comes to this space or you will lose. Only 10% of people in this space actually make true life-changing wealth for themselves, and that money is funneled from the 90% who lose money, all right? That's why people make millions and millions of dollars, because 90% of people are losing money. So it's up to you. You're going to be part of the 90% or you're going to be part of the 10%. Guys, it is less than a cup of coffee a day to invest in your education. Again, the link is down below. If you do not want to invest less than the price of a cup of coffee in your education in this space, you're not really serious about being educated in this space and succeeding, are you? Are you? Cup of coffee? Really? Let's check it out, guys. The link is down below. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.